which is highlighted here in the versus screen. I mean, again, he had fantastic game one with all those stolen rolls. He's got Black Hole to steal, he's got the roll to steal, he's got Wukongs. He's got a lot under his tool belt here in this game. So it feels like this game will actually be on the back of Tim's and possibly Opaj here as well. But gonna be a really interesting game 3 here, Ottoman. I mean, for the past day yesterday, you know, we were seeing almost samey drafts coming out from teams. This has been very different from the first 2 games. Right? You see some heroes like the mid Pango, but everything else is just different.
Yeah, I love that we have an Enigma. I love that we have an Alchemist. I love that we have a carry Dawnbreaker. Yeah, I just love that Tim's on the Rubik. We saw Skem Rubik, and I imagine Tim's will be able to do just as spectacularly, if not more. You touched upon the Black Hole being stolen, and I think that makes Tim's pretty much almost the most important player on Boom Esports side, because if he can get those Black Holes, he can turn fights around. If not, 5-on-5, it's just too risky. KP has to be careful not to give away Black Hole too often, but if he doesn't, they should be fine on Talon.
Yeah, it's a lot in the line. We should see a really flashy game coming out from both sides here. Keen to see what Boom does. I mean, this Chen pickup from Boom still puts a question mark on my head. Like, I'm still kind of wondering. Not the biggest fan right now. Like, it can be nice. You have some healing auras playing tag right now, but I don't know about how much you can really get done here. Like, getting creep early, Skem is really good at the micro. They are being aggressive up top here to get the stun off onto FBZ. Hyde getting some hits off, trying to build up the Jingu. Not really able to tank through the damage from those Treants coming out with the Blightstone out on FBZ. So a lot of minus armor at work. Gonna end up being a 2-for-2 in the bounties, and a 3-for-1 actually in Talon's favor. But we'll take a look at that top lane for a second. Savage on the Elk with Hyde on the Monkey, with Tim's on his Rubik once more, and FBZ on the NP. How do you feel about this lane coming out for either side?
I kind of like that the Alchemist gets to go up against Nature's Prophet, because then you can just farm over the Treants. They do give you all that like maximum bonus gold once he has a few points in Grievel's Greed, but it might be a little annoying for 23 Savage at the beginning, and Hyde as well. Like, you can see he walks in, there's Treants, there's 2 range heroes. 23 Savage is just spamming out the unstable concoction because they're having a little bit of issues. This lane will get easier, but might take until level 6 for 23 Savage to sort of be able to farm safely. Well, not farm safely, but feel comfortable. Hyde! Oh my god, look at this.
Jeez, it's just constantly spamming out, and so is Savage for the unstable concoction. FBZ kind of isolated, does block Hyde a little bit, but Savage gets first blood. He's ignoring the creep wave, just farming the heroes. Is out of mana, but has enough for another unstable. He's just used that back-to-back every time it's off cooldown.
Yes, and that's the very nice kill here, and I feel like Boom a little bit too aggressive. They know that they have like this aggressive dual range heroes they're trying to harass, but they get a little too excited, and Talon punishes them for that.
They're going again. Savage, another unstable, not the longest duration this time. Hyde should still be able to get his Jingu up, and he will, and Tim's is back to low HP, forced to salve out early. Lots of resources expended here from Boom up top to keep Tim's in. Is there a point where Boom can maybe play a little bit more with FBZ and Tim's? I mean, you mentioned maybe early levels for Talon aren't great, but they've been doing a fine job just with unstable here.
The spam that he's been able to do from from 23 Savage looking really good, and I mean, that's how I thought it'd be. I thought they'd be able to sort of harass them a little bit more. 23 Savage has only got 4 CS though, so it's not too bad. FBZ has it, but I think the Alchemist is the one who sort of needs the CS just a little bit more.
Again, he has kind of bypassed the Acid Spray, so no great wave clear for Savage here. Still a lot of control from Boom in terms of the CS. We'll see how the other lanes fare. Savage charging up another unstable. Not going to be finding the range for anyone, though. So just not really landing that one. Still some time to look at the other lanes here. Automo down mid. Mikado on the Pango once more, up against Yopaj on the Invoker. Again, not a matchup we see too often, but Yopaj has been playing a lot more of that Invoker. Do you give the advantage to either side here?
I like the Pangolier. I also think that even if they just draw even, Pangolier will be happy because he gets level 6, he can make a lot of space. Yopaj, he needs to get the earn, and he's just, you know, Invoker takes a bit of time to get online. So I'm happy to see what Mikoto's doing with the Pangolier. Bottom lane though, KP, he is very far out of experience range, only level 2, Jackboy's level 2 as well. He's denying on KP's side, but at the same time he can't actually go close. It's very dangerous for Yopaj. So I'll just be dropped a little bit.
Yeah, just trading back and forth a bit. That bot lane still a bit painful for KP. Jackie does have the clear for the Eidolon, so he can't even use the Eidolons to kind of shore up some farm here on KP. A bit of an early TP out from Q onto the mid, looking for a play onto Yopaj. Rebound ready, Dispose is there as well, but the Tornado cuts them off. Still has the Dispose though. Onto Yopaj, Mikado not getting the damage he needs, does have the Swash. Q's starting to drop low and is going to be sacrificed, but here comes Hyde early on with the rotation. Invis tossed out. They do drop the sentry, still keeping chase. They find Yopaj isolated. Tree cut from Yopaj. Does slow this down. And I lose a lot of packets there. They lose Hyde as well. Mikado still on the run. Wants one more, two more hits. Can he get them? Is netted up. And the rotation from Talon a bit too greedy. Boom with a response saves Yopaj.
A little early going in with the Marcy right there. Q jumps in before Hyde's ready, and they lose 3 people. Yopaj. I mean, we said I said Invoker would have a sort of slower lane, but you give him 3 kills like that, he's gonna be very happy. A little bit too aggressive from Talon Esports side.
I mean, look at Yopaj now, halfway to 6. Great level lead over Mikado. That early roll not going to be coming out anytime soon. Q still hanging around, rebounds once more, but the Tornado EMP is there. That will force Talon back. Pressure onto Yopaj just not panning out. There's pressure onto KP here as well. Held back, taken away by Jackie. The Enigma just off to that slow start. You could argue the same for FBZ. He's dropping low up top. Not quite enough to get the kill. And Savage is recovering in that top Alchemist at the least.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Boom Esports has a 1,000 gold lead 5 minutes in against the Alchemist lineup means that Talon is really doing bad, like really suffering in this lane right now. One thing that Hyde needs to be careful of is whenever he's on trees, just you can do a Nature's Cause, drop him down. Could be a big problem for him. Q's coming top though.
Looking to be aggressive, but that mobility is scouted out with Treants. So not going to be able to get too aggressive here onto FBZ. Down mid, we do see a little bit of a runaround here from Skem, using that Holy Persuasion really well with his creep army. Farming out the small camp, cutting off Mikado's source of farm, and just getting some good roots off with the creeps. So, again, just getting the aggression you'd want to see from the Chen. His early impact has been great. There is a scan out from Talon. They do spot FBZ in that jungle. Are they going to try to make a play? Hyde scouting out. Rebound again, ready on Q. You see FBZ. Are they enough with just the 2 supports here? Doesn't look like they'll fully commit. It's down mid. They're jumping onto Mikado. Cold snap there, EMP as well. No swash, but does have the shield crash up top. So Mikado is going to be safe. They still are surrounding, but they secured a regen rune for Yopaj. Going to be feeling great for that. And again, just emphasizing mid. Playing really well with his early aggression. Even FBZ showing up for that shove in.
Goto still not level 6. She get level 6 if she could just get a couple of creeps for him.
And rooted up. Holy Persuasion.
Savage is here.
Gets the Malefice, but Savage showing up. Tornado does cut him off. Can he actually use this unstable concoction? No, he cannot. Cut off the aggression, but that's so many heroes showing up to stop that. It's 5 heroes from Talon on mid, freeing up the side lanes in a big way for Boom.
I mean, Jack Boys is ahead in terms of net worth of the 23 Savage Alchemist. That is not something we expected to see at all. And that's pretty damn risky for Talon Esports. Moving 23 Savage to try to defend mid lane. Yeah, it's an important tower, but just cost him so much time, so much momentum. So Boom really feeling it right now.
They're just getting that aggression they want here on Boom, forcing these movements out, taking control. Now they isolate KP. They know no one's around KP once more. Tims is ready here, along with Skem. Hammer thrown out by Jackie. Not really able to gap close. But this Enigma has had such a rough game. Bottom network core barely above Skem's Chen right now. The build-up, it just doesn't feel like it will come out fast enough. It looks like a raid pack is lined up for KP. But it's already a tough Enigma game, right? Like, as we've been talking about throughout the draft, like, Tims is there with a Rubik. It just doesn't feel like KP's game will get any easier as this game scales on.
And also, it does feel like maybe this might be one of those Blink Dagger games. I know he wants the Wraith back. It's a great item. You know, it gives you extra damage, reduces the enemy's damage. It's just an extra target. But you might need the the Blink Dagger, so you can actually jump and catch the Rubik. You know, it's like walking in slowly with just boots. Might make it very easy for Tims to steal the Black Hole.
Yep. Do want to try to walk down. FBZ does rotate back onto the mid. Has his level 6 up, level 3 Nature's Call ready. So they can get that push going once more with a Frost Armor as well to play with from Skem. Mikado and Hyde holding this mid. We do spot Q out on the side. We'll be able to find that Marcy no problem. So a bit of a slower game for Q here as well. And still managing to get that shove in down mid. FBZ, again, just confident enough to show up early. Tower doesn't take too long to push down with the damage on FBZ. Even Schem again just coming in to ensure. So very early mid to take, 8.5 minutes in. That's going to cut off a lot of control Talon wants to maintain with the Alchemist.
We remember you were talking about how you don't like the Chen for Schem. I'm not a big fan of it as well, but if you go with that, you build some aura items, you go, you have the creeps, you have the Nature's Prophet, suddenly it makes a lot more sense that, with that fast push lineup. Because we talked about, like, late game, I still think Talon can take it. They do have the Alchemist with the Enigma, it's just very strong. But, boom, very fast play so far. Already take that mid tier 1, while theirs is just full HP.
Yeah, just no shove in coming out from Talon, and they're just kind of forced to respond. They've got two really slow side laners, Alk and the Enigma. Just doesn't feel like they're going to be able to make some plays just yet. You do have the black hole ready on KP. Again, no angle. Bit of a clump up here, looking at Savage. Still trying to farm that small camp, but everyone's coming out from Boom.
Yopaj is here.
Yopaj around as well with the ghost form up. Not going to be able to find Savage. Does back off in the nick of time. Hyde hanging the tree line as well.
Oh, he knows.
And does cop the Ghost Walk as well. So they know Yopaj is playing. They drop the sentry. Yopaj going to be backing off, and Savage just TPs away. This could be a free objective for Boom to find. They have committed, but they're dodging out with the Alk at the least.
Yeah, as long, I mean, 22, he's staying alive, and that's kind of that's the most important thing. Meanwhile, Mikoto is top lane as well. So is Hyde. Do they want to take a fight here? They spot Yopaj. They have the detection on the Monkey King if they want to go for it.
Ooh.
They need to make a move at some point, though. They're just posturing right now.
Well, force out the tornado. Tower is still set to fall. Fortify is out. Mikado is not keen. Just 2 against 2 heroes here. The tree hanging on the side. Just not going to be comfy enough. Boom going to find themselves another free tower to take, as Talon has no response as of yet. And this pace of game, again, you mentioned Talon wanting to take it later. Is Boom finding enough to kind of deny that late game of Talon here?
Yes, they're doing like what they need to. They are pushing the lanes pretty hard. They took the mid as well as the top, and now you see 23 Savage. He's like, the only really safe farm I have is the triangle. We might see Boom considering going to bottom lane, or they might just try to get tier 2 just to close out the map. It is shrinking a little bit for 23 Savage, and the other 2 cores are also struggling. Mikoto not so much, but KP is a little bit behind right now. And he does have the Vlads. I don't know if this is the item that you need this game. We'll see if if the Wraith Pact, gives him the space he needs later on.
Yeah, that does feel like it's gonna have to be that, because just leaving it at Vlads, it's not gonna be too impactful. So see if KP gets that timing he wants. Smoke out from Boom.
23 Savage.
Yopaj scouting around with Tims onto Savage. They do manage to find him. Tornado EMP along with a Solar Guardian here. Jack is ready to play, and they just burst down Savage. No protection for the Elk. And Talon caught with their pants down, not able to do much about that.
Yeah, I mean, we just said that, right? We said they took the 2 tier 1s. That means that only the only place 23 Savage wants to play is this triangle. And then they just smoke up there. So Boom, they just read the plan from Talon perfectly. They're like, all right, we know where he's going to be, because there's only one place he can go to. They do have decent vision, but Tims drops a sentry, takes away their observer as well. They have 2 wards. Sorry, they have observer ward for Boom Esports on Talon's triangle.
Yeah, they've got great scouting there as to where Savage might want to farm. And looks like Talon, the name of the game's just stalled. 6-1 so far. Getting encircled there. Hyde scouting around on the Monkey. Not able to do too much to play just yet. Just going to be farming up. Q still working onto his Blink. Maybe that's a timing Talon can play with, as we've seen before. Echo Saber already up in Jackie here. So Dawnbreaker's starting to hit a lot harder, building up into the Luminosities a lot quicker as well. And
okay, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they can do with this Blink dagger on Q, like you were mentioning, because I was thinking that they might need a Blink on. Oh well, it doesn't matter. They might have a fight here. Eidolon stolen, and Yopaj, he finds Q.
Yeah, they managed to hammer him down. They cut the tree line of Hyde as well with KP. With a Midnight Pulse, Wukong still coming out, but Hyde is already low. Set for dead, is dropped off. KP follows as well. And Talon just avoiding as much as they can, but giving Boom these openings to work the map. Bot tower gonna go down next. Fortify forced down. Buying space for the Elk, but so much of the map is just shrinking.
it's so telegraphed when the Enigma doesn't have a blink dagger. You know, it's just so obvious. It's like, oh guys, there he is. We see him. He walks in. You can see he's gonna do a black hole, and your opponent says, "Ah, just throw a tornado. I don't have to worry about you coming out of nowhere." So, and I'm guessing they want to use the Q blink dagger to sort of solve that problem. Maybe we catch one and then KP shot out of nowhere, but it's too awkward. They kind of need this blink dagger from KP. He's very close to the Wraith Pack though, only about a couple hundred gold away. Then maybe we'll work towards it.
Starting to build up, and they have stalled out enough for Savage to at least have that Radiance up going into the BKB next. And Boom's done a great job of just blocking off the camps though. Large camp blocked along with the Ancient, so a lot of resources Hyde will have to invest to open up that jungle once more. He does not have an additional sentry for the large camp. And Boom, without opening, just goes straight into Rush. They've got the damage coming through. With their lineup, they don't need too much with a lot of summons. No black hole to counteract this from Talon, and Roche will just fall to the creep army. So the Zoom mate is still there. Scan is out though. Talon are sort of in position to try, but it's a tough one to angle into.
It's a very quiet game for Mikoto, by the way. I just realized he's got one death and that's it. That's his whole game so far. Level 10, so they're just not really involved right now. At least not really involved so far. It is a 23 Savage show, but I feel like Talon's given out, not given, but sorry, Boom's just been able to take so much out of the map. I don't know if 23 Savage is going to have enough space. Which is what, you know, it's a great game plan by Boom.
Yeah, they're just forcing them to go all in on the Elk. And they still maintain that network lead against the Elk. A 2k above for Savage on everyone else, but a 2k lead overall for Boom with how slow everyone else has had here. Mainly on the supports, like Q and Hyde are very, very poor in comparison to Tims and Skem. So you're not getting that build-up you want. Clump up top. Mikado just trying to clear out the creep wave. Does look like he's saving up for his Yules here for the chain stuns. We'll have that in short order, but this push from Boom. They've got some wave clear in Talon, but doesn't feel like they're really able to do much.
Mikoto, silenced here. Tornado.
BC does manage to spot him with a Treant, and Mikado is just stuck. No BKB, no Yules up. Is taken away. And Boom should be able to find that tier 2 up top with no contestation. Talon just unable to do much. They forced the Fortify out. And stalling it out just a little bit, but the next creep wave is here. The army's still around. Scam even smokes up to save his own creeps. And they'll just get straight to it.
I like what they did with the Aegis, by the way. They gave it to Yopaj, not to Jackboy, because they're like, alright, Yopaj is going to be usually the front line. He's either going to walk in, you know, with his Ghost Walk. If he dies, it's, you know, we want him to have a second life. Whereas Jackboy is going to enter the fight a bit later with the Solar Guardian. He's not as threatened. So, very nice sort of prioritization. And plus, I think Dawnbreaker is going to have the BKB delivered momentarily.
Savage in the firing line here. Yopaj sees him. No BKB just
it's on the courier, I think.
They didn't manage to catch him out fully. The Orchid is there. Solar Guardian out as well, and Savage is taken out.
On the courier.
Hyde still trying to fix up the situation with Wukongs. Isn't really able to help. Trying to dodge out. Tree line isn't cut. So Hyde does manage to run away. Savage, just unfortunate timing. BKB on the courier, doesn't find it in time. KP does have Black Hole, but they don't have the follow through. They do find Tims with the Eidolons. That is something, with KP still in danger here. Jackie pops the BKB. Chase down KP. Should be able to find him with the Starbreaker. 2 for 1. Great trade for Boom as they're just taking control in this game.
I mean, we did say Yopaj probably be able to hunt down the Alchemist. He did, but
hunting down for more. They find Q with FBZ keeping in. Yorka just paying dividends here for FBZ. So much activity on this Nature's Prophet, and not much of an answer from Talon. 3k lead for Boom now, 12-2. I mean, you have an Alch and you're behind by that much. It just doesn't feel good.
No, it's because you're behind by a lot more than 3k realistically, you know, because I mean, I love Alch's skills just to give you more gold, and the fact that he's not be able to do anything with that, it's tough. He's going to go for the Blink Dagger. I feel like he's not going to be able to really fight until he has the Salt Cuirass. Blink Dagger will help a lot, but they might just wait for the Salt Cuirass. Then we'll have to be like, we'll know, did they make enough space for on Talon's side to give 23 Savage a fair game, or was it just like Boomies was just too aggressive? Because they've got a tier 2 top already. They've just got so much map control on their side.
Yeah, they've shut down a lot of this map, and we haven't even seen any big steals from Tims in comparison to game 1. He hasn't needed to. They just run down. They've got an amazing creep army to play with Skem. They've got the sustain coming through as well. which is actually showing up on that Chen. We haven't even seen a big hand of God. They're just not able to rip through on the side of Talon. And a 5k lead for Boom. Things are getting very dire for Talon here. But Boom, they're looking great. Bouncing back after game 2. They are making plays down on KP as well. Raid Pack is up to stall a bit, but not going to be living through this one. Although finding the opportunity to get the stun onto Yopaj. They get the unstable concoction, but Savage is trapped up. Quelling Blade on cooldown. Held back. Solar Guardian coming through here as well. Should still find Yopaj, but he still had Aegis. Jackie rips through onto Q. Looking for more secondary life from Yopaj. Silence out onto Rapango, but stun out onto FBZ. Hand of God is out. Oh, Mikado just melts to the output. And they can't even find FBZ in the end. And Talon just lose everything. They take Aegis, but it was about to expire anyway.
Yeah, and by the way, you saw the heal coming out from Chen, keeping the FBZ alive. 23 Savage. He's forced to fight. He's got Radiance and BKB. That's just not enough right now. But he's forced to sort of fight because they're like, all right, we're just losing too much space. Where is KP on the Blink Dagger? He's actually not going for it. He's going for the Aether Lens first. I am very scared. He has a Tumbler toy, which is like sort of a mini Blink Dagger. But you need like 3 Tumbler toys all wrapped in one if you want to use that.
Yeah, it's just not allowing him to take these fights in the way that Talon might prefer. And it just doesn't leave him with good initiation. Like, Mikado can try to come in. He only has the Yules. His output isn't that great. Going for the Maelstrom next. And just gets blown apart if he is focused down. Savage, he's in the front line. No BKB here. Might get taken out. They get the stun off onto Tims.
Tango rolling in.
Trying to get damage onto Skem. The rolls out, just bouncing around the cliffside, not finding anyone. They do find Skem. Can they get this kill? Gonna be the third kill of the game for Talon. They do manage to find it. KP still looking for the angle for the black hole. Is silenced up. Might be able to find it. They should be able to find FBZ as well. No Paj on the run. They only have sentries, no dust. That is probably the first favorable fight for Talon, but even then it looks pretty damn awkward to make happen.
To be fair, they didn't have to use the black hole, so they were kind of okay with it. I thought for sure KP was going to get a black hole on both Yopaj and FBZ, but a very quick Orchid from KP saves Yopaj's life. He dies in the end. It's a good move for Talon. Like, they are happy with what just happened, and they are happy that they saved the black hole as well. It makes it very awkward now for Boom Esports. Do they want to fight? We'll see. By the way, check out Skem's farm. 6,300. KP is only 7,000 farm. This is a very, very farm Chen. He's actually going for a pipe, which negates a lot of the damage from the Radiance, and he already has the mech. So, Chen, basically core in this game.
He's been playing really well. That early presence out from Skem to show up mid. His micro's been on point. They catch out KP once more. And he manages to Tumbler's toy away in time. And Q jumping in. It's going to be the sacrifice here. So they still find something for their efforts. Hyde still keeping an eye out, but shouldn't have anyone to follow up from him. And
check out what
trying to stall.
Check out what 23 Savage went for. He decided not to go for the Blink Dagger or the Salt Grid, instead going for the Heart. Just want to have as much health as possible, as much regen as possible. That is an interesting... There is no Spirit Vessel on the enemy side, by the way. Yopaj never upgraded it. And 23 Savage is like, oh, okay. You guys are going to have damage issues then. Might as well take advantage of that.
He is going to be a long tank with that up. You do have good physical coming out, though, with the Desolator on Jackie. So the Dawnbreaker can still be a massive burst issue right in front of you, despite all that HP. Not much armor on the Alchemist to kind of deal with that. We'll see if it will pay off, as it is 16-4 with a 6k lead for Boom. Still looking like a great game for them, and Talon still playing on the back foot. KP working onto the Tranks. Do you expect it to be the Blink next for KP? You've been talking about it a lot here, Otto. Will the Blink be here, or does he feel like a BKB first?
Maybe he feels like BKB first. Oh, Hyde
jumps into the cliff spot, is spotted, but Mikado does roll up with the Blink. They still take out Hyde, but they might find Yopaj. Instant BKB though. He's going to be standing still right there. Heart's fully done on Savage, living through a lot of this. Has his own BKB ready to go. Doesn't quite pop it, pops it now. Chasing down Skem, not going to be able to find it. KP in the side, Black Hole just instantly cancelled. And now the fight's falling apart. Stolen Black Hole on Tim's, ready to go. And the side of... Oh no, Savage couldn't even TP out. The Cold Snap was there, and the Alchemist, not tanky enough to live through this damage, is gonna fall.
Oh, did you see what happened with KP? Or because I think you might have been focused on a different area. He actually he countered Rubik with his stun. Rubik had Solar Guardian on him. KP was like, I'm gonna get a black hole on both, Jack Boys as well as Tims. But he was still inside the Solar Guardian when he started his black hole. So Jack Boys just shows up, stuns him, gets the kill. Oh, top lane Q was also gonna fall. KP, that was kind of a big opening for him right there.
Oh boy. And they lose Mikado as well. Tims blows out that stolen black hole, and Talon 21 to 5, 10k behind. This looks like a repeat of game 1. And just not able to put that much of contestation to what Boom's doing at the moment. They're still all in on this Alk, but even that lead Savage had, it's narrowed with Jackie. 15k on Jackie, 16k on the Alk. It's not shaping up.
No, but there's still a chance for Talon. Like, this is not over by any... I mean, I don't want to say by any stretch of it, but it's not over. There's still a couple of good fights left for Talon. It all comes down to if you can get a good black hole, maybe a good roll in by the Pangolier. They almost killed Geopage there. A couple, just that roll coming in sooner could have netted them the kill. Could have gone very differently for them. But 12k behind with the Alchemist lineup, it's a big ouch.
It is a big ouch right now for Talon. We still have the AC queued up for Savage, but look at Boom, just positioning in that jungle, taking the high ground, cutting off any source for Talon to farm on, and just shutting them down. This lineup of Talon feels like it needs so much gold on the Enigma, on the Alchemist to really be big. Even the Pangolier, just with the Blink Yules, it doesn't feel enough. Like, Mikado's not durable, even with the shield crash, and... I don't know, if you're Talon right now, do you just bank on the high ground defense? They're actually just going to go for a smoke. Black Hole's still on cooldown. They want to find that opening. Roshan is back up, but Boom isn't going in there as well. And they smoke on smoke.
Smoke on smoke.
Awkward situation. Q, smoke pops first, but Mikado gets to roll in, interrupts Jackie. Dispose is still there. Wukong's out from Hyde. Can they actually handle the Dawnbreaker? Savage managing to focus in. BKB is popped, and the heal is there from Skem. So they lose Q. They pop some big spells, but nothing too much being taken. Talon misses out on an opportunity once more.
That's an interesting strategy by Talon, by the way. They want to use Q to sort of do all the catch for them, because 23 Savage did not go for Blink Dagger, neither did KP. And Mikado does have Blink Dagger, but you don't want to be the first rolling in generally. So their catch is on their support, which has made it very tough for Q to play this game. He's at, what, 0-7 at this point, relying sort of, he's like, I got Blink Dispose, but most of the time he just can't do it because they have no vision. It's a very tough game for the Marcy. Q has to do a lot. He has to do arguably the most difficult job for his team, which is just to catch the enemy.
Yeah, it's not like he has that Aether Lens just yet. He doesn't have something like the Keen Optic as well to improve range on Dispose. So catching people out is tough. Mikado being surrounded here. FBZ does come in with the Orchid, does manage to swash away, but does not have a quelling on hand. It does have the Yules to kind of separate, but lifted up. Dispose is there, but Q's gonna be sacrificed, and they find Hyde on the back. So they already find a kill. Talon's forced to back off once more, and Boom's just playing as such a coordinated unit of 5. Again, Roshan's open, straight in, Jackie goes.
And Alchemist, he's going closer and closer to the Salt Chris. Again, the Alchemist is a threat. He is a threat, but they are maintaining, like, controlling quite well. He's actually keeping a Quelling Blade because he knows that this Nature's Prophet spout has been a problem for him. So I like that a lot. Like, the way he's like, oh man, this is, even at this point of the game, Sprout is an issue.
Yeah, and that's without the level 20 talent coming out from FBZ as well. Once that's up, you're going to need a 4-staff on top of that as well. And it's just a tough time for Talon so far. But again, Boom just playing around his top jungle with the Aegis up. With that Shard going to Jackie, he's got spell immunity on that Starbreaker now as well. So even more protection for him to do his damage up front. You've got the Blink up on Tims, along with the Aether Lens. So he has a terrifying range on that Dispose he stole. He's going to have a good range to get out that black hole. I mean, Talon, it just looks like the circumstances for them to find that opening is tough. KP has his Blink up in 100 gold. So you will have that Blink black hole, but you don't have BKB. You still have to deal with a Rubik. It just doesn't feel like the angles for Talon back in are easy. Yokosh trying to look for KP. Solar Guardian on top as well. They are still chasing with FBZ as well, but KP is well and out of there.
Lots of time being wasted.
Still here as well. Hugging the tree line for his dear life. And does manage to blink away. Doesn't manage to break the smoke. Boom, still gonna be looking for more. But there's that blink on KP.
This is they're probably gonna get like maybe one good chance to use this. If they you know, like if they lose the next fight, that's kind of overish, but they have like 1 or 2 good chances to have a blink black hole to win the game. Check out what Hyde's doing, by the way. Take care of the couriers, being just a general nuisance on the enemy side. Oh, there's a nature's call.
Yeah, Hyde is just dead. Does buy some space out at the least, but that smoke play is still on from Boom. Does pop on Yopaj, looking around. Instantly onto Savage. Immediate black hole out. KP, it gets stolen by Tims, of course, and it's not enough to kill off Yopaj as well. Hand of God is out. BKB saves. Roll from Mikado amounts to nothing. And boom, they've got the black hole now.
Arguably, that's the one time you didn't need the blink to use the black hole. But yeah, that's very awkward. You just lost sort of your best teamfight tool without getting much in return for it. You could have killed your Paj, would have been great. And now, boom, they're feeling very confident. They're like, what are you guys actually going to do to us right now?
Yeah, they just have so much damage with Jackie. Witty alacrity onto the objectives. Doesn't take too long for that to melt out. Q doesn't manage to get the dispose. Orchid up along with a tornado. Jackie trying to gap close. Q still alive for now. Sunstrike misses as well. Satanic pop by Jackie to stay alive, but that tier 3 is not going to be alive for long. They will find first high ground objective of the game here for Boom's end.
Talon Cuirass is finished on 23 Savage. That'll help, but Hyde.
Find Hyde, lift back. Starbreaker does miss with a lift, but Hyde still set to fall. Savage can't even gap close. Doesn't have BKB. Trying to go onto Jackie, but doesn't have output. He just doesn't really have damage on the Elk.
And no black hole for about 100 seconds as well, which means that that's not going to get any easier for them. However, they can at least... Losing tier 3s is fine. Losing Raxes, even 1 is okay, but you just can't afford to lose more than that. 25-5. This is 5 kills for Talon. I just realized that they've only gotten 5 kills this whole game.
Yeah, they've not been able to get anything off of Boom so far. Just a couple of pickoffs here and there. We've got that blink up on Jackie now. So you can just reposition these fights. Age is still standing for a minute and a half. Lots of time to just keep that aggression here. Enough time, perhaps, to wait for that next black hole in KP, but a smoke is out from Boom. Look for
1 minute for a black hole.
They still have that stolen black hole as well on Tims. They just need to find an angle with his blink. Savage, juicy target up front, but they do manage to find Tims. They get a good stun out with the Wukongs. Man, Midnight Pulse. They sacrifice Q. Savage still dropping low, not able to pop that BKB. Mikado's leashed up as well. The tree's broken, but he's still stopped. He can't run. And Jackie just running forward. Again, still has that Aegis ready, but the Satanic will keep him alive a little bit longer. Starbreaker connects Savage. Not going to be under threat yet. BKB still running, but the racks are gone.
Yeah, they're having trouble killing Savage, but they're like, well, we don't need to. Like, he's not the objective. He doesn't even use BKB to stay alive, because there is no Spirit Vessel on the enemy side. KP, where we had 20 seconds left for the black hole. All eyes on black hole, but there's still an Aegis. 20 seconds. It's going to come out roughly the same time as the Aegis.
That could be the big timing Talon needs if they can just wait it out. Jackie being held down. The racks are still melting. 2 sets of racks for Boom to find.
Black hole is up.
Black hole is ready, but they're not able to really do much with it. And Boom back off in the nick of time. Only a few seconds left for Jackie. So they get 2 sets of racks, well, at least the ranged racks down mid. 1.5. 1.5.
They got the less important one, the mid lane, so yeah. It's kind of, I mean, Talon, they're on the ropes. They are in a tough situation, but they have the tools to come back from it. They have Hyde providing vision, and they have KP with the black hole. They have a very farmed Alchemist as well. It's all about, can they use it?
Hyde! Oh, got hammered down, cut down as well. Is taken away. They find the Monkey King, no buyback on him. He managed to blink out in Q before the Sprout comes out. They are just stalling. And the threat of black hole, it's there. The high ground of Talon can be great, but the circumstances to pull it off just feel so tough. BKB next for KP. And seeing Mikado actually go for the Force Staff just to save out of that Sprout leash. So, full utility on the Pango.
And one other thing is that Talon kind of Hyde had the wards, and he put them all the way on the enemy side. So they're actually not getting benefits from their the warding on this aggressive warding.
Yeah, they're not able to play under that vision as they're just under pressure on the high ground. Jackie again just going up. Has the Titan Sliver as well. Gonna be a little bit harder to hold him down. Output goes higher. The Starbreaker just kind of walks up there.
360 health by the Dawnbreaker every time she gets a Luminosity crit for her and for everyone around her as well. So that's just massive deal. Kodo's rolling in.
Roll up, does manage to land it one time on Jackie along with the lift back on the Dispose. They're still not dropping that Black Hole. They're being very cautious here. Dropping everything. Hand of God is there to heal from Jackie when he pops that Satanic, but Starbreaker is huge and KP's gone. Has the buyback. They hold back Savage with a Sprout. Still trying to find an angle back in here, but aren't able to do so. Prevent losing any more, although Savage starting to get held back. Still has a BKB, isn't able to use it yet. Isn't popping it. Might have to pop it soon. He does pop it on. Rage will fade. Savage is going to be forced back with a buyback on KP. They have the Black Hole on Talon Sand, but Boom will play it safe.
Forcing out the buyback from KP. By the way, huge play by Yopaj. He's like, why are we waiting for Black Hole? We can just kill him, you know? We don't have to steal it every time, Tims. They can bring down 23 Savage. They are having problems with this, but he's actually not able to dish out the damage. So he's just not exactly a tank. He's sort of a big, I don't know, body without arms, you know, just sort of flailing at people. You can't punch him away, you can't kick him away, but he also doesn't do anything to you. It's... KP can't get the catch on. Mikoto's basically not having a game this game. And the supports, like, these are not supports who can do much when they're behind. Hyde can provide vision. You maybe can catch, you know, save someone else, but these are not supports that give you like, legitimate stats, if that makes sense. You know, they're not big stuns or team fight in any sort of way.
Yeah,
bottom lane again, though.
Tricky. Clumping up on Boom. DD up on Jackie. Output on the Dawnbreaker is amazing, and we'll have the, I believe, the Strength Blink up soon. So the Overwhelming is going to be ready. More damage coming through. Better initiation angles for Boom as they fully smoke up. Talon, again, just held in their high ground. They even have great vision on Talon with the forward wards here. Smoke is out, not spotted by the ward. Immediately broken anyway. Jackie hammering onto Q. Savage forced to run up. Are they going to find the angle? Trying to go for Tim's first. The Glimmer Cape does save for now, as Hyde is set to fall as well. Buyback on Q, still looking for something to work. And Savage is isolated by himself and still has a BKB, gets disposed by Tims. That range is insane. And they find Mikoto as Savage is held in the middle, doesn't even get the BKB, is taken away. No buyback, KP hanging around, and the GG is called. Talon will have to play through lower bracket. Boom going into the finals for the qualifier in spectacular fashion. A little bit of a back and forth, but game 1, game 3 for Boom just looked clean.
Oh man, like the way they were able to sort of handle everyone else, the supports from Talon really needed their course to sort of do well. Mikoto kind of, there was an early fight where they sort of